This is interesting. I just want to tell you guys what has been happening. So I have been trying to buy a house, and ah, you guys need to sit down and listen to this story. So earlier this year I decided to downsize. More like I wanted to go to a smaller place because I didn't know how much this place was big. I mean, I love this house. This is my first house. My like I was in a one bed before this house. So this has like this was my dream home as of that time, because obviously as of when did I move here? Like 2 3 years ago, right? Yes, that was my this was my dream home. But as things change, you're like, okay, so what really changed for me was like my kids were staying with me, and then they now went to school. So the first one went to school. I'm like, okay, you still have two. The second one went to school this year, and then the third one went to boarding school. And I realized that what what's happening? This place is big, So I just started thinking of like, okay, I didn't want my because I don't have living mates. I have my cleaner that comes and goes. So I wanted to reduce her days, since like the kids are not around. So I wanted to reduce her day. And also I just don't really like having people around. I use the opportunity to just have like my me time, chill and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let me get a flat. So I go online. I'm going to give you guys the exact place. So I go to properties.com and Property Pro. That's where I found this. No, not this house, because this house, the same thing happened to me that made me find this house on my own. That's why I found the first place, which you can also check the description for that tour. But this particular one, then I messaged the agent that I know. And when you're trying to buy a house, you have to put all your options, even if it's rent, you have to just put out everything. So me, I went there very specific. I wanted a three-bed flat because of my business. I wanted a three-bed flat with a BQ or a four-bed, because the way they build houses these days versus when we were growing up, what they call boys' quarters, which is the BQ, is now downstairs. So inside the house. So example, um, my house now, they will tell you like three-bed and a maid room downstairs, or a BQ. That's basically what they call it. So it's not like those days where they call BQ and the BQ is far. So I was like, okay, that's fine for me because I'm not using it for any, I'm actually using it for my business. So if it's inside, it's better for me. So I put it out there. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for service because I live in Nigeria. I live in Lagos. Light is such a problem. So I'm coming from a service place. I didn't want to go to a self-service where I have to worry about the generator. Diesel is high now. Just so many things. I wanted to be able to have my inverter, my solar, and just, as it is now, where we are in this world is cut your coat because So, I was very specific about what I wanted. My phone starts buzzing. Agents are sending me message. Tell me why an agent is sending me a six bed. I'm looking for a flat because this place is big. I want to come down. I even explained all that. This is where I'm coming from. Tell me why an agent is sending me service, telling me, oh no, one of the guys even told me that you can just buy a gen. It's even better. It's better for you. Me that said I wanted service, don't you think I know what I want? Like they want to convince you like they're the ones going to live there. I don't understand. Tell me why an agent is sending me to bed. Like when I was very specific, just that they're in school doesn't mean that they won't come back. And then I have a business which I have my stuff here. So I want it to keep being here. I don't want to have to go and rent a store. That's just too much extra expense that is not called for. So I'll just rather have everything here. Most times, when people come home at night, that's when they relax to place their order. So it's easier for me if I'm even working from home. Oh, okay, ma, don't worry, I got you. For this particular one, what's your budget? You tell them, okay, don't worry. The next thing he sent me a two bed. I started getting frustrated. Then I saw a property and I chat the guy. I went there. The moment I walked into the flat, I was like, now I know why I want a flat, because everything is on one floor. So that step I don't want to be climbing again. You will climb it because this particular place doesn't have a lift, because it's only two floors. And when it's two floors, or is it three floors? I don't even know how they call it again. There is ground floor, then you climb the first step and the second step. So whether is it 2 floors because the ground floor is downstairs. Well, you get it. But then when you're inside, because how many times do you really come out? So I entered, loved it. Where they call the BQ was literally you open the back door and it's behind. So you can still, I didn't want that BQ of where it's totally separate, at the other side where you have to dress up if you're going to the BQ. So this one really matched what I was looking for. Okay. They sent me, I asked for offer. How much is it? They tell me, oh no, but that's not the amount that was in the website. Oh no, that amount in the website is for ground floor. What? So I already came with that in mind. Okay, no problem. Let's go with this. He said, okay, this is it. He calls me that night. Hi, please, where there's an issue, it has increased. I didn't know that real estate in Nigeria, that their money is to increase every second. Now at this time, this place, because when you're living, I was looking for a new house. Now this place where I'm living now, it's not considered new because I have lived here, right? So when you're trying to buy a house that is not new, you have to give them time. Like in my case now, I have till like I have like 3 months. So anybody buying now already knows that the person, like, or anybody buying already knows that you need to give me 3 months to leave. So me, for that reason, I was saying that I want a brand new, I want pay and packing, so that the people here can also start doing up their own place, like the people taking over. So I was like, where was I? Okay, so I liked the place. They gave an offer. He called at night that they've increased the money. Oh. I'm like, what again? Okay, offer them, like put I you have my permission to put an offer. This is it. When you're buying a place, you put an offer. So he came back to me to tell me that they had rejected the offer. There is that amount. I said, okay, if it's the light changed. I said, if it's that amount, if it's that amount, okay, let me see how I can do it. Like it's way above my budget. And he says, no, he'll give me discount with every other thing. I'm like, okay, no problem. I like the place. It's not every time you walk into somewhere and you like it. So by the time they gave me the new offer, I was like, but you guys have, so they gave me the document. Now, according to the documentation, when it comes to a duplex like where I am now, you get a deed of assignment. When it comes to a flat, you get a deed of sublease because the land doesn't belong to you because the person on the ground floor has bought two people on the ground floor. The one, the first floor, they bought, then you and them. So you don't, so I was like, yeah, I've always wondered how it works when it has to do with a flat because you're not the only one there. Like if the downstairs person has issues, they say, oh, they do it like that to protect everybody. So technically it's a sublease for 99 years or something shy like that. I was like, okay. Opposite it had a terrace. I'm like, how much is even the terrace? Because from what it is now, you guys have increased the money. It's almost getting close to what the terrace is. So I might as well just go for that one. And at least with that one, you will not have the land problem. The guy was like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's better. No, wait, sorry, I skipped something. So I was going to go with the flats now when they gave the new offer. But when you get an offer, you have to do a search. When they did a search, the account number that we're going to pay into was different from the one in the registry. And I'm sure you guys have heard sometimes about Lagos demolition houses and stuff like that. Yes, it's always because you have to do your due diligence. Like you have to do search, pay for it. I know how many search I had to pay for. Anyway, I like, I'll pay for it. See, paying for that search is way cheaper than government coming to tell you that this is government land. Because even if this government don't answer, the next government one day will come and say, you're intruding in our land, we have to do it. Or some people just don't do their proper documentation, right? Because all those things are there. So during the search, now according to it, you have to pay. Like now, if you want to pay to me, I'm the CEO of Kosher Spaces. So let's say I don't want to use my personal account number and I want to use the Kosher Spaces account. I have to prove that like I own it. Do you understand what I mean? But in this case, the account number they were giving me was the lawyer's account number. So my lawyer was like, no, 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 no. Her name is not anywhere on the document. That's not going to be like if you have any issues, you go to court. They're like, why are you paying to someone's personal account that has nothing to do with the property? So they're going back and forth. Then I said that, oh, the terrace, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, so terrace is even better because then you own the land and, all that. So let's go with the terrace. So I completely left everything about the apartment. Now they said that with the terrace, you have to, the account number, everything is okay. When you do your search, is the name that will come out. Okay, fine, let's go with that. I'm ready. Oh. I said, let me go and look at it. So I go and look at it. The place is not ready. So it still has a lot of finishing. And there's one thing you know about my people. I'm sorry, Nigerians, but I have to be honest. Our words sometimes you can't go on with it. So to avoid all those things, I've seen those situations where when you pay people, they'll start doing, we'll do it today, we'll do it tomorrow. So I'm like, no, this place is not complete. Like you have to complete it, clean it, give me like according to the law, this is like they've not even done post construction cleaning. And you're not saying as a distress sale. It's only when you're selling as a distress sale that anything the person sees, they see and then they complete. You're selling the full amount, even increased. So I went, they showed me another flat. So the agent now calls me again to say that, oh, there's a complete flat now, that this one is complete. It is pay and moving, no need of it. I said, okay. He now said that, oh, it's still the same agreement. I said, no, let me go and check it out. Like for every house, right, you're dealing with is separate. So let me just go and check it out to know how it feels. If I even walk in, is it the same? Like, how do I feel when I walk into the house? Tell me how I walk in. Tell me why I walk into this house and the POP in the kitchen and the room downstairs had fallen. Yeah, tell me why. This is just God. I'm telling you the truth. It had fallen. The agent didn't know because apparently, if he knew, he probably would not have allowed me go there. He did not know. Even the guy was like, "Oh, there is water." I was just like, "What the?" Then I left. Now the agent was trying to get me to, "Oh, just buy this one. That's small issue. They will do it up. They will do that." I'm like, "No, I'm not interested." So I find I start my journey again to start looking. Jeez. And like I said, you start the journey of people sending you what you don't want. You have given them the location. I'm on the island. You're trying to convince me to move to the mainland. Why? Because you want to collect your percentage. I am telling you I want service. You're trying to convince me to get non-serviced. I am telling you the amount of room. You're trying to convince me to either get a two-bedroom or a seven-bedroom when I am even complaining about how big here is. Now I get a place. I immediately I walk into that place. I'm like, this is fine. The rooms are small. Now, this house has also spoiled me because when I walked into this house, I just knew that like, nah, this is not the normal when it comes to Lagos houses and size. No, this is not the normal size at all. Lagos houses that they can manage space. So I'm using my eye for this house, but again, it was small. So I was like, you know what? You know when you finish looking, you're like, let you go for it. But not going for it from a place of you just walk into somewhere and you like it. No, I was going for it from a place of let me just manage. At least the master bedroom is big, and then after that, if I don't like it, think like I can just sell off, buy somewhere else. Time for me to start doing search. There's an issue. I'm like, God, what is happening? Like, tell me what really is happening. And like I said, I thought like when I thought about looking for a house, I thought I was gonna vlog. Like, at the end of the day, I was crying. And like I had to sit down one day and be like, Sarah, no. Like there was a time you did not know where your next meal was coming from. You are scared to pay rent because you didn't know where the next one is coming from. And we're talking about buying now. Like I had to sit down and tell myself, I had to remind myself that appreciate. Like I had to go back to the drawing board and I just started like, that day I just came out just there like, oh God, thank you. And I just realized that I hadn't gotten a chance to be grateful because I was so focused on nuggets. I was like, you know what? As bad as it is, like somehow like there's a way anyhow. So when I saw that one, I was like, okay, why they are searching to know the issues with the paper? She is just small room. It's just small room, right? We'll manage it anyhow. And that was it. So agents started sending me. I went to places. I went and sometimes I'll just come out like crying because these people will send you like 3D or sometimes like they don't know the place. It's someone that forwarded it to them. So they don't know. They'll tell you that it takes everything you're looking for. You even see the pictures. You're heading there. Did you send me a different picture? This was a picture of just the plan now to see how the place will be. So you haven't even seen the finish one. One told me that people have moved in. They are all good. They are there. For me to walk in, not a soul has moved in. Like, is the phone not even expensive for you guys? Why do you make like somebody come all the way. Like I'm very specific about what I want. You say you feel like when we have a conversation, I will now change my mind. Like I don't understand. Make it make sense. Okay. I don't understand, So at some point, I just felt grateful. In my mind, I just came back. That was the first time in a long time that I was grateful. The power of appreciation. I was like, it's not as if I'm on the road. It's not as if as bad as it's bad. You cancel here and after people too have been canceling on me for their own. In fact, there was another one I saw, loved it, loved the energy of the people. Buying is also like an emotional thing. Walked in there, loved their energy. We clicked. I was like, when is it? They now came again and said that the person just came back that they are asking the family, they don't want to sell, this, that. Like you don't want to sell, but you put in the market things, you made us come, we're supposed to see it. And well, at the end of the day, that day, I was just like, you know what, I'm grateful. Someone now sent to me. My friend, I said, don't open it, don't look at another one. Just go with this one, start it up. Because the more you see things, and I went to respond to the person, and because she was using her phone, I was using mine. So like, because at some point I was not telling everybody that I know I'm close to, like, oh, in case. So because obviously there's a percentage as well. So I always, whenever I have opportunity, I always trade out first to friends and family to get, because also an opportunity for them. So I trade to people I know that were into real estate. So I thought I'd also be using her own phone and be contacting them. So it was actually her own phone, they messaged. And she was like, you know what, let's leave this thing. Let's just settle. Like you settle with that one. Okay, that is like you can do something about it. There's always a way. And then so she gave me her phone. I answered the guy, send me the picture. He sent it to me. I replied, I said, I want to see this ASAP. So I gave her back her phone. She said, what? You've got to reply now that you want to see it ASAP. And the guy was calling me. He was like, um, can we, okay, you say you want to see it, I'm coming around there now. She's like, what do we do? If you keep seeing a place, you just keep getting angry and getting depressed. Like, this is the first time in a long time now that you're happy, stuff like that. Like, I said, okay, since we've already told him, okay, promise, 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 last one. This is the last one. Let's just go to this one. At least I've told the other guys that I've seen the owner of that place. As bad as bad, he needs to go and just register what they want him to register, and I'll go for that place. So no problem. So like, okay, let's go. But like last one, because if you keep seeing, that's the thing. When you just make up your mind, just say, okay, I've seen, and make the best out of it. At least it ticks the important things for you. Like me, staying in a service place was very important to me because I didn't want to do like only my own generator. I didn't want to do like filming now and then you're hearing generator, generator sounds outside. I didn't want to deal with that, dealing with the church, the environment, everything. So, like it, because in Nigeria, in some streets, you see like 6 churches. So before you film as a content creator, you make sure that generator is not on. You make sure that fuel is like, you make sure that just too many things. So I was like, okay, it's usable. She was like, let's just go and see. Just see. Let's see. Tell me why we walk into that place. Oh God, gratitude is good. Tell me why we walk into that place, and I'm just like, that's it. That's it. Like even compared to the first place that we saw that I said I liked, I was just like, that's it. Like she went outside, came outside, she was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, this is exactly what I am looking for. Because I was looking for somewhere that was not as big as this place, but still has enough space, you know. If not, it's going to cost me a lot to start, like downsizing too much. And like, imagine that other place. Now, for example, that other place, there was just only a space for one refrigerator upstairs and downstairs, or yet space like to do with it. But this other one, so I was like, that means I'll have to let go of one of my fridge and just things like that, just back and forth. So this one, tell me why we just walked into this place. And I've not seen this agent. This is the first place he's taking me to compared to other ones that are taking me. And it was just because of that thing I replied and said ASAP. I walked in, I was like, this is it. This is it. The environment, the place, everything. It was just so cozy, easy. I'm going to do a tour for you guys. Now, not just that. Another testimony, another amazing thing is that the lady actually bought 2 places. The person I'm buying from, because at the time you're watching this video, I've already bought it. So the lady I'm buying from bought 2, bought for herself and her son who was supposed to move to Nigeria. So she did it up. Bought him TVs, curtains. You guys are going to see refrigerator, inverter, everything. He Something came up, he's no more moving. So she is giving it out with everything inside. Yes, you heard me, everything inside. The TV, everything. Obviously, some of it are not my style. So she's like, if it's not your style, sell. Huh? It didn't increase the price. It didn't do anything to the price. Like the price is what it's supposed to be. But like regardless, even if she takes out everything, that is the price, and it just ticks everything because she's conversant with the place. So, because when you're looking for a house, a serviced apartment, you also have to know the management in charge of managing it. It is very important. I'm going to do another sit down video on things to look out for when you're trying to, even if it's lease, especially if you're not conversant with Lagos, you need to look out for these things because the management of a place can frustrate you. So, being that she's also in the estate, you're like, oh no, she knows the management, for her to even want to bring her son here, and everything she used in terms of doing up the house was quality because she was not doing it. When people build to sell, it's not the same. Like that other house, if I had taken it, I would have had to break the tiles from up down, because he did not build it to stay. But this one, like the plan was to stay. So everything she was buying was the quality of what would be good for her son, that sort of thing. So yeah, we got a place. Yay! I am so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to take you guys along to kosher spaces doing this up. So I'm going to do like the tour to show you guys what is in there, what she's leaving. Like God is good. And I'll tell you something, right? My TV, I'm looking at this TV right now. My TV just went off. Like I bought this TV like 2 years ago, just like that. Nothing happened to it. Took it to a Sony store. They said it has to do with screen, and that the amount of screen is the same thing. It's the same, like buying a screen is just as good as buying a new TV, that the amount is the same. But if I can bring it, that they'll be able to trade it and give me, a brand new one, but I'll pay something on that one. Now this lady has TV. I saw the TV, or her own TV for the room, that for the living room is a bit smaller, but I have to now take it, plus take this one and go to Sony so I can get myself a new TV. So obviously, what I'll be paying on top, if anything is to be paid, won't be much because the more things you give them to exchange, the better. And then, like, I was so excited. Like, thank God for patience. Thank God for gratitude. Like, just when I stopped complaining and became grateful, last minute, I am so happy, Shy. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy to share with you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't go through that part. I don't know. I've not gotten to that point where I just thought on camera when I'm so vulnerable. Hopefully someday we'll get there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, comment, like, and share. Love you all for free. Bye.